One. We are live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you all so very much for hanging out with us. Anyone that's coming in at this time, thanks so much for taking time out of your day. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. What is going on, Jake? How are you?
I'm good. I wish the score could be better,
Rough.
but
It's rough. We're down what? We're down 19 right now. I mean,
hey, that last game though.
that last game was good. I mean, stressful. Not the ending we had hoped, but it was
Yeah.
it was. I mean, take the bad with the good, right?
Yeah.
Um, but one thing for sure is, I mean, tonight the Lakers kind of just packed it in, if we're putting it nicely, right? Because they're not playing any of their main guys. Russ, LeBron, AD, all three aren't playing, and Austin Reeves, he's not playing either. So right there, you got basically your four key contributors outside of like Walker. So like four out of your five like main guys are out tonight. They don't have Booker, but they have everyone else, so they're fine in
Yeah.
that regard. Um, the Russ thing is interesting. I actually want to make a video over on As It Stands Lakers about this because the late Russ scratch is very interesting. Nobody knew that. Even the announcer made a note of that and was like, Russ being out tonight really surprised everybody. Even the Suns thought he was playing, like, because he literally was out the last like minute with
Yeah.
like back issues, but it was just odd. So, of course, when something like that happens, the question is, are we going to wake up tomorrow and there's a Russell Westbrook trade? Like that's like, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it's odd. You'd think you'd
But
want to,
why though? Why does I don't like why sitting him? Why did that lead to a trade? I don't get it.
because you're not going to play him because if he gets hurt or something, maybe there's a deal. Now, look, personally, I don't fully buy it just because like teams that are trying to trade for him right now, they're they're not trading for him to play,
Yeah.
right? Unless there is a team that is, like I don't know, maybe the Knicks or somebody is like, hey, we want to play Russ. We're on a run
Yeah.
right now. We're looking good. Russ,
It would have to be somebody who's not trying to tank. So if you look at all the teams who were in the race for us, I think the only team that is not trying to tank, I think,
would be like the Knicks.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the only one I could think of. Now,
because
personally,
we're not talking Hornets, we're not
yeah,
talking Indiana, we're not talking Chicago, we're not talking Spurs. We're not. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the only team.
yeah. I mean, look, I personally, I don't really believe that. But the Knicks have been rumored a lot lately,
Yeah,
and they seem the most realistic and active as far as trying to get a trade done in general. And there were reports that they would do Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, and Cam Reddish, uh, and that they might even include a first in a deal for Russell Westbrook just to move off of Fournier and Randall's contract. Now, the thing that doesn't really make sense, if that was true,
hmm
like assuming that is it, like they are on like what, like a 6-game win streak. They're on the Knicks are sixth right now. They're sixth in the East. They're on a 7-game win streak. Um, do you want to blow that up? Like, on a 7-game win streak, is that something you'd want to do? You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, seriously, like, is that something that you know, however, I mean, if you're the Knicks and you're like, we're not going to win anything. Yeah, we're on a 7-game win streak. Yeah, we might make the playoffs.
yeah,
If we play Russell Westbrook probably gives you the same production that Julius Randle gives you. So
hmm
let's say that's a wash. Maybe they're looking at it as like, hey, maybe we could still be competitive. You're just swapping Russ for Randle basically because Fournier and Reddish have completely fallen out of the rotation. So you're not worried about it there. So maybe they're looking at it
yeah,
as like, oh, and we also on top of that, we also are able to uh unload all that salary.
yeah,
So maybe it's really odd. Like, look, maybe it's probably as straightforward as just Russ is having some back issues, or maybe they just didn't want Russ to get hurt, not for a trade, but just for them. They're like, we're going to play Russ. He's going to kill himself out there, and we're probably still going to lose. Like, better to just, take the L and move on. That could be an option. But what are your thoughts? What do you think?
I was just curious about that too, because like cannot speak today. The Randle, I know Julius Randle and Russ put together.
Yeah.
No, the Russ and Randle washed. I would agree point wise, maybe point scoring, but I don't know if he's gonna be as good of a playmaker as Russ, though. You know what I mean? I feel like if they just try to Julius and Russ wash, I think they're losing out. I feel like Russ would give them just a tad bit more, just because everything that he brings, other than the scoring, like the passing, the chemistry, all that. I feel like, but then again, Julius Randle's more of a natural scorer too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think the Knicks would be better with Russ than they would be.
Oh, no! That's what I'm saying. The Knicks are better off. I just don't know if we're better off, but we are also getting
I wonder
more assets too.
Yeah, if that was to happen, like hypothetically speaking, if that was to happen, I wonder if the Lakers would move Randle. Like, I wonder if they try to find a team that wants Randle and are just willing to just hey.
How much calorie sap? Calorie sap? I can't. Calorie sap. Wow, the words that are coming out of my mouth
tonight.
I know, right? No, how much salary cap would we actually clear though with Randle? Because
it probably wouldn't be a salary. It'd be more of find another team that has guys that we want.
Oh, okay.
And swap them out.
That's what you meant. Okay.
I'm just using. I'm not saying this would be the case, but let's say for whatever reason, let's say the Hornets want Julius Randle. I'm not saying they do, but let's say they do want Julius Randle. Then maybe you could go and get Evan Fournier, Cam Reddish, and then flip Randle for a Kelly Oubre and Terry Rozier, something like that.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily.
It's kind of like a roundabout way of getting it done, but I guess it almost comes down to, because it's like, in that case, why not just trade Russ to the Hornets? But then I guess if you look at it, it's like, who do the Lakers want to help and who do they not want to help? You know what I mean? Like, putting Russ on the Knicks does a lot different than putting Russ on. But then again, the two teams are going to use him for two different scenarios.
Well, the Hornets would just let him go.
Yeah.
Where the Knicks, they might actually play him. But also, it would be kind of a roundabout way, but you'd essentially get a 4-player swing that solve all your needs in one deal without giving up any firsts.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you'd probably get a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Or you take the Knicks pick and you send that to the Hornets, let's say, for Randle. And then that washes, and then you still have your 2 firsts, and you'd have Beverly and Nunn to maybe go get a Bojan Bogdanović or something like that. Again, my guess is that no, that's not why, and it's just tinfoil hat theory. But it is curious, to put it lightly. It's
this sudden back sprain or the sudden back.
It was just red. I mean, even the announcer made it a point, right? Even the announcer was like, hey, this was weird. Why? This came out of left field. It was a late scratch because he literally was minutes before the game started. It was oh yeah, Russ isn't playing. It's what?
But if he's trying to rest Russ, I don't understand why. Because he's never done this before in the past with games like this. But then the Reeves one to me is, what's going on with Reeves? That was weird.
So Reeves last night messed up his ankle. He rolled his ankle. So Reeves and LeBron, you probably figured we're gonna sit tonight. It's just all the players that are sitting out all make sense. Except for Russ. Russ is the one guy. And the only thing I could think of really, again, is that, the Lakers just, hey, we're probably going to lose this game anyway. Let's let Russ rest and just be done with it and just take the L. He gets some rest. LeBron gets some rest. We're going to need him going forward the next few days. Like last thing you want is Russ getting hurt, and now you don't have Russ and you don't have AD, and now it's solely on LeBron. That most likely is what it is. Like if I had to guess, like that is the more realistic scenario.
But if that's the case, then only because this is a tougher game in the season.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, it's the same thing with like Milwaukee. You know, this like I feel like this was an important game for us to try to come out and win. You know, like this was that like staple game, kind of like the Milwaukee or kind of like a Boston, just because they're a good team. You know what I mean? And if we could beat them, because they have our number all year this year. Like,
yeah, but I mean, if you think about, I mean, without you don't have AD because he's out for a month, so no AD for a month. You have LeBron, no LeBron tonight, and Austin Reeves. And Walker was on a hobbled leg or ankle from last night.
Yeah.
So you basically got a half Walker, no Reeves, no LeBron, no AD, right? Like Russ could probably put up 30, 20, and 20, and you'd probably still lose that game. You know what I mean? Like maybe
that's fair.
Maybe it's not a blowout because what is it right now? Like maybe instead of being down 20, you're down like you lose by like 12. Like, you know, it's like okay. Like because Lakers are down 18 right now. You know, maybe they make a push and they make it interesting. Like you're better off just like letting other guys get involved. Maybe this kind of gets like other guys going. You know, like that's kind of your hope is that like this is a game that'll get say, you know, Dennis Schroeder and Max Christie and all those guys, maybe that'll get them going. But
well, yeah, he has 22 points.
Yeah, I mean, right now you got Schroeder's got 24, 4 and 3. You have Walker with 12, 3 and 1. Thomas Bryant 14 and 5. Beverly with 9. Kendrick Nunn has 5. Our bench is not. See, look, our bench is non-existent without Russ. We have 7 bench points.
See, that and our assists are definitely down. And question too, like looking at Schroeder, I want to pick your brain here. Looking at Schroeder having 24 points, is Schroeder and Russ, are they capable to have like big games together? It's very rare, but do you think it could be done?
Yeah, I mean,
because my thing is, if I see Russ on the court right now, I automatically think, okay, that 24 points that Schroeder has is not necessarily 24; it's more like 12.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that because I mean, look, we've seen Schroeder have a good game, and Russ have like a solid game. Like we've seen them both. Like, are they both going to get you 30? Probably not. But I think they could both give you like 15 and some change. I mean, they had a good game a couple games ago. Like Schroeder had like 15 and 7, and Russ had like a triple double, or was like a rebound shy of a triple double. So
I just think on nights like this when you have to rest LeBron and AD, it just if those two can come out and be kind of like your good scenario like a Durant. I mean, obviously not the type of scoring, but just put up like Durant and Kyrie numbers. You know what I mean? Just kind of carry the load. But
I get it. Yeah, let's get in the chat a little bit here. Yo, what's up, guys? I am currently in a men's pain. I get it. Believe me, I get it. The Lakers Nation Twitter account tweeted, we're back within 20, and it reminded me of that Chris Paul hit a 3 to cut the lead. It's a 42 video, yeah. Cuts the lead to 42. Lakers just giving away this game like they can afford to. Lakers need to trade AD, Bron in the offseason. That's a chance to beat Phoenix without Booker. You're probably still, even like maybe if LeBron plays, you beat the Suns, but you still have no Reeves. You still don't have AD. Russ, if Russ is really hurt, you still don't have Russ. It's like LeBron and all these guys. Like,
but if we trade AD in the offseason, who do we go get?
There's no point in trading AD. A lot of people, because AD got hurt, so many people want AD to get traded. You're never going to get fair value for AD. And exactly, you're right. Who are you trading him for?
Well, the reason I asked that question is just because if you're trading AD, you're trading him to replace his position. So like another big, another 4/5.
Or another star, like maybe Kevin Durant.
Yeah, or another star. Yeah.
Like.
But preferably you want big because who else do you have to do what AD does right now? Yeah. Plays defense, plays both ends of the floor extremely well. Attacks the post. You know what I mean? Who are you going to trade that can give you that value? I mean, unless you want to go small, then you can get like a few guards for him. But I just don't think what are you really going to get for AD that's going to make you in a better position?
There's zero reason to trade him. Zero. Like he's hurt. He's going to miss a month. Like guys miss time. Like it happens. Like
But I agree with
Paul
KD.
George,
You said
Kawhi
a KD.
Leonard,
If you do a KD, that
Giannis
would
has
make
missed
sense.
a month during the season. The problem is people are panicking because we're in a bad spot right now, right?
Yeah.
And I do understand it from that regard. But, it's just it's part of the game. If we were 5 games over 500, nobody would care. They'd be like, "Oh, we're good." So people are panicking, which shows how good AD is. Nobody, if AD wasn't arguably the best player on the planet, then nobody would care. It'd be like, okay, well, we'll be fine. Or it's like, oh, we're gonna be terrible. But no, AD is so good, you're worried that he's not playing. Like that tells you shouldn't be trading him for just to trade. Like people just want to unload him. You can't just trade AD, right? Like it's silly. Like it's silly.
If you trade AD, in my opinion, you blow the team up because
Yeah, you're going to get Giannis, but what team? What are you going to trade him for? Like what team? Like
you said, a KD would make sense.
Yeah,
but
like what are you going to trade him to Phoenix for Ayton? Like you're going backwards. Like
well, yeah.
Like what? There's like you trading him to Golden State for like James Wiseman, Kuminga, and Moody. Like where are you trading him? Because that's the thing. You either go 2 options if you're trading AD. You're going full-blown rebuild trade package, right? What team is going to have young assets and draft picks that because you're talking AD, you're talking arguably the biggest trade package ever the way AD's playing right now. I mean, he might get a bigger return than Kevin Durant right now, just the way that he's playing.
I would agree with that.
So you're talking about like
plays better defense.
So you're either doing 2 options. You're either A, trading him for a package to just hit the reset button and rebuild, which
we're not there yet. We're not there yet. No.
But there's no teams out there that are going to do it. All the tanking, why would a team like say OKC?
Yeah.
They're not going to trade you Chet and all their young guys. Like they're not going to because they're a rebuilding team. So
well, that's what I'm saying.
A rebuilding team. Huh?
Yeah. No, I was just like, no, you make a good point. Yeah. They're not going to just switch. They're trying to do what we're trying to do. So why, you know what I mean?
And then on top of that, like, or if you're not trading them for a young package, you're trying to trade them for another star. What star? If you're trying to trade him for another star, you might as well just keep him. Like, because he's playing like the best player on the planet and you live with what you got. It makes 0 sense to trade Anthony Davis. 0. Is it frustrating?
Like I said, unless you got something crazy like Kyrie and KD or something like that, maybe I could see that. You know what I mean? Which you can't because the salary.
The problem is like here's the thing: if the Lakers win I'm not saying they will, but if the Lakers win the championship this year, like all the same people that are like you should trade AD are all going to say, I'm glad they didn't trade AD. See, I told you. Like it's like you don't trade Anthony Davis. You don't trade a guy like that. Not unless he says I want to leave, so get something for me or I'm leaving. Then you trade him. Otherwise, you keep him and you figure it out, right? I mean, this game, you gotta write it out. You gotta write it out. AD's hurt every year. So is every other. Giannis has been hurt. Luka Doncic has missed weeks.
I was gonna say
Joel Embiid missed a month. James Harden missed a month. Go look at like this. Anthony Davis has played as many minutes, if not more, than like half the stars in the league. Devin Booker has missed minutes. Like every player misses minutes. Like every player has yearly things. Like what player has played 82 games? Like star player has played 82 games the last handful of years. There aren't really any. Like almost every star misses at least a month, if not more, of the season. It's just the NBA we live in now. And you're not like what are you going to blow it up for? You're not going to get any value for LeBron James. What team is going to trade for a 39-year-old LeBron James? Because he'll be 39 next year. Even playing this level, because any contender would have to essentially blow it up to go.
It doesn't make sense if you're a contender. Like, yeah, exactly.
And no rebuilding team is going to go trade for LeBron James. No matter how you slice it, you have no reason to trade LeBron James and Anthony Davis. None. You either stand pat and you have this cap space and you try to like build that way, or you go make a trade right now and you go all in. Those are your only 2 options for at least the next 2 years.
And we all have to keep in mind and consideration, just a reminder that he did switch up his entire career, play style wise. You know what I mean? He went from being agile, floating on the perimeter, in and out of the post, but now he lived in the post. So all that down low, getting beat up.
He's doing what was asked of him.
any player that would have switched position, like not really switched position, but switched play styles and positions, really.
Yeah.
Like would have been in his same position. Like I don't blame him for getting injured, and it's not that bad. Like we're gonna have him when we need him. That's
It
why,
wasn't a season-ending injury. Like,
yeah,
again, the problem is that I understand it from the perspective like people are freaking out because we're 3 games out. Well, after this game, we'll be 4 games out of 500. I get it, and it sucks, but he like the only way. So what? You're just gonna tank the season because that's what you're gonna do if you trade Anthony Davis. All right, if you try to trade Anthony Davis right now, you're going to tank the season. So then why does
you
it
mess
matter
up the
if he
next
misses
few
a month?
seasons for the rest of his
Exactly.
Lakers career. You mess
yeah.
up, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm talking about this season. Like if you wanted to trade Anthony Davis this season, so what? You're just going to tank this season? Then why does it matter? Why not just let AD rest up, and then if he comes back, maybe we can go on a run. Maybe we can make a move or something. You get more options. Like even if you wanted to trade AD, there's no point in trading him this season. None.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get fair. And right now, you couldn't trade AD even if you wanted to, because what team is going to trade for AD and he can't play for a month?
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. But trading him this year is definitely, but trading him period because and two,
Not
like,
great.
yeah, no, and there's no, it's just
it is. It's silly. You're not trading your best player. Like you're not like. Unless some team gives you like a Godfather pack. But again, what team is doing that?
And why do you think like James Harden doesn't get this much? Like I don't know. Like why like AD gets a lot from
Because it's the Lakers and because it's the Lakers.
Yeah.
Nobody nobody
like
talks
KD,
about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard plays 5 games a year. Like and nobody talks about that. Like Paul George plays 20 games a year. No one talks about that. James Harden missed like a month and a half. No one talks about that. And, like all of that stuff, it happens. Like, guys get hurt, guys miss games. It's the flow of it. Is it frustrating? Yes. Does it suck? Yes. But, I mean, unfortunately, that's the game of basketball. People are going to miss games. People are going to get hurt. But you can't trade them. Look, we're 4 games after tonight. It'll be 4 games out of 500. We're still not that far behind. It's not like we're like completely out of reach because we're not like even if we lose tonight. Hey, let's take a look at it right now, real time. So right now, yes, we're in 12th place. We are currently 2 games out of 8th place, and we're 3 games out of 5th place. So, why would you worry? LeBron will be back, so will Reeves, so will everybody. We'll probably win a couple games. We have an easier schedule coming up. We probably get to 500. Now we're probably in the top 10, which means we're a play-in team. If we can just weather the top 10 till AD gets back, now we could probably make it as a 6th seed. And that's not counting if Rob Pelinka does a trade.
And I rather rest him now than rest him later because it's gonna be crucial. Like our second half of the season is gonna be so crucial. We're really gonna have to pick our spots on the games that we want to like really trying to go out and get a win, or nights that we think we can take off. Because I think that's what it is right now. We're kind of picking and choosing because we have to. But again, I think the second half of the season is going to be important. So again, rest now and win later, hopefully.
Yeah. Exactly. What would we have to give up to get LaVine and Vucevic? I think those two would be great around LeBron. Probably everything we have. I mean,
I was just going to say a lot.
The Chicago Bulls said that they don't want Russ, even with the 2 first-round picks for DeMar DeRozan. So even if you have like DeMar DeRozan, like even if imagine if they don't want to do that for DeMar DeRozan, I don't imagine them doing that for Zach LaVine. And Zach LaVine would get a bigger return. Like as soon as we get into a bidding war, that's it. It's over. So that's the problem too. It's nuts. Why do you sit? This team is not even on a play-in to do that because there's no point. You're playing LeBron on a back-to-back. You have no Anthony Davis. Austin Reeves needs to rest because he messed up his ankle the night before and probably shouldn't even have finished the game, but he did.
Which he did.
Yeah, and And then LeBron. So like, what you're gonna put LeBron in? You're probably still gonna lose this game, and you run the risk of him getting hurt. They made the right decision. You sit LeBron James. Like,
sorry, I was saying sorry. I wasn't saying he
yeah,
deserves to get injured. I was saying like sorry, not that he deserves to get injured. Reeves deserves some rest because that man.
Yeah. That's
Which,
what I'm
by
saying.
the way, really quick notice, he should have took that shot last game or last few plays of the second to last play of the last game when LeBron passed him on the perimeter and he was like all hesitant to shoot it. I'm like, Reeves, you can hit that, shoot the
You
ball.
can do it.
Then he passed it back to LeBron, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. No, like I said, you got to take that shot.
Hey, I'm proud of the kid. I'm proud of the kid. The progression.
Oh no, he's amazing. Like,
he's freaking
seriously, that kid is something else, man.
I called it at the beginning of the season. I said he's gonna have a good year.
He is. He really is. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, they made the right decision sitting them tonight. All right, we're gonna wrap up here shortly. What's going on, Ghostface Fanatic?
Oh, Ghostface and Tyler. I forgot to tell you both. Guess what I finally watched, and it wasn't that bad.
What, Scream 5?
No.
Scream, the trailer?
Even worse. A movie that you hate. Last Halloween.
Halloween Ends. That movie was
yes.
Movie was
okay, but look. Now this is coming from a person who has not seen all of them. I know this is off topic, but really quick, I have to get this off my chest. I have not seen all the Halloweens, but I watched this one, and I was like, "Yo, this wasn't bad." I'm not gonna say anything because people in here probably haven't seen the movie, so no spoilers. But man, like, I'm like, yeah,
that movie was trash. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Yeah, like he said, Halloween Ends sucks. Lakers need to blow up this team. AD is never available. Never available. The guy's played most of the season. Lakers better call the Hornets. He has. Lakers better call the Hornets. I've been saying PJ Washington, Kelly Oubre, Pat Beverly. I mean, it comes down to will they do it? You know, I mean, it's easy to say. It's easier to hope that, but you know, I mean, if they're not willing to give up PJ Washington, there's not really a point. Horrible bench.
Well, yeah, because all of our bench players are starting right now. If you move the bench players to the starting unit, your bench players after that, of course, going to be horrible.
Yeah, but man, every time AD is playing really good, you know something will happen to him. I mean, I disagree. Like I said, what is it like? The problem is everyone wants him to play 82 games. It's never going to happen. Anytime he misses a game, he missed one game, and everybody was acting like it was the end of the world. He literally took one night off because when he was having the back spasms or whatever, he took one game off and the whole world was like acting the same way right now. And then he came back and he was the best player on the planet. Like, it's just like, gotta cool expectations. I understand we're behind. I understand we're in a bad spot, but we have a long season. A lot can happen. You know,
I heard you say it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You know, like, give things time. Guys, he's going to miss games. LeBron's going to miss games. Tell me a superstar that's played 82 games. Like, even Giannis, Mr. Dependable, he hasn't played. Middleton, he hasn't played.
That hasn't happened back in like, it's been a minute.
Like, I mean, there's guys like Giannis, I think, did play like 82 games a couple years ago. But like most stars, superstars, guys, they miss about a month of games. Like, it's just what it is. It's just the NBA we live in today. I just didn't like the fact that it was about Corey, not Michael. Yeah, it was atrocious. But anyway, let's wrap this up because I got to do the post-game stream and all that stuff. And I need to eat something and stuff like that. So any parting words before we get on out of here?
No, I am. I'll be up bright and early tomorrow. So if we wake up, I'm telling you, I need that crystal ball that you have because you just foretold the future. And we will come back to this very stream.
Yeah, I mean, if it happens, like I said, I
will clip this very moment. And
yeah, personally, I don't think it will happen, but it is at least interesting, and we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. Anyway, hey, Butt Kicker coming in. Hey, we're getting on out of here, everyone. Join me on the post game stream. I'll be doing the post game stream. Everyone that's coming in right now. You guys know I do the post-game stream. I need to go. So we're going to wrap up this stream so I can go get ready for that, set that up, and get some food before we dive into that. But real quick, Anthony, yes, I do think we should. I definitely think we should. But real quick, take a second, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all of that stuff as we skate on out of here. And we appreciate all of you. You're awesome.